Well, we got a bit of an exhale at the moment. There are still a couple of areas out there with some thunderstorms, but a great majority of us, we are seeing some improvements tonight with maybe just a little bit of light rainfall around some of our area. But out towards Mayport now, we're seeing some lightning strikes kind of moving right along Heckscher and the St. Johns River. So it might slide just north of some of those North Atlantic Beach and Mayport communities, but up and down Heckscher. And then we have our eyes on those storms that were over Jacks Beach now. A majority of those that were from brought a lot of lightning towards Ponte Vedra now beginning to move offshore. So let's focus on our latest tropical storm. We got Dolly as of 11 o'clock this morning. A couple of things to note with Dolly, and especially the forecast cone. One, how tight this cone is drawn. This forecast includes a good deal of confidence. There's a lot of cones that we will see that by the time you get towards days 4 and 5, kind of widens out towards the end, indicating lack of confidence and track that many days out. But modeling has been very consistent in bringing it towards the Lesser Antilles and getting close to the Caribbean, where there's a great deal of dry air and shear. So the other thing you need to note with this forecast, notice how it does not become a hurricane. In fact, maintains tropical storm strength before becoming maybe even extratropical or a depression, so weakening as it does enter that area of shear. Another thing I want us to notice, look at this forward motion, west at 24. That's moving at a pretty good clip, so that's pretty good forward momentum. If it were to be a little bit slower moving storm and sitting in the area that it is right now for a longer period of time, could have gotten stronger, but that does not seem to be the case. Notice the spaghetti models, very consistent. There are a few outliers that do bring it back out in north of the Bahamas. That would indicate more of a recurve potential, but the great deal and the great majority does have it interacting either with the Caribbean, which has become the graveyard of tropical development, or the mountainous islands there through Hispaniola, and that would tear it apart as well. And your main global models, so your GFS and your European, both in teal and yellow here, showing more of an open low as it approaches the Windward Islands. What it could do, and what would be a benefit, is some rain for Puerto Rico and a lot of drought-stricken islands there through the Caribbean. Great deal of water restrictions going on for Puerto Rico, so perhaps some beneficial rain for them, but otherwise not seeing much beyond at least the next 7 days. We'll see if that moisture reemerges back in the Gulf and makes for some rain for South Florida, but that local impacts seem very unlikely. We keep our eye on it, but right now nothing that we need to concern ourselves with in Northeast Florida. For your Friday, we're back to 90. We're back to some scattered storms. We'll watch 1 to 7 the magic hour, because we got high school football going on. We got Jags football at 7:30. So we want to remain dry. We will have showers in the area, very similar to last Friday's forecast, where rain kind of led right up to those games and then began to relax just a bit. Going into that Friday, 1 to 2 o'clock, we'll see some showers filling in, 5, 6 o'clock, some of our southern areas, and then things do begin to taper off. So 7-day forecast, a lot of the same for Friday and for Saturday. We're going to have some widespread showers in as well. Then we have the pattern shift to begin next week.